Hi, Forrest Selby here with the Firehill Group, a Keller Williams realty team. Today we're going to talk about the 6 factors that do not impact value of your home. When you're selling your home, there are 6 things that absolutely do not play into the overall value, cost, or price. Nobody cares how much you paid for the home. It's just not relevant. It doesn't make any impact. What you paid for it does not indicate the value that it's at now. Just because it was last year, just because it was 2 years ago, 10 years ago, the average market, yada, yada, has increased by such and such percentage. None of that matters. It only matters what the value is right now based on the property's condition, the property's competition, and the price you set for it. That's it. End of story. Number 2, it also doesn't matter how much you have spent on projects. You hear a lot, well, I spent $50,000 on upgrading this. The dollar figure isn't important. It's what the value is. If I spent $50,000 gold plating all the toilets in the house, that does not equate to $50,000 worth of value back, unless you went through and you melted the toilets down. Anyway, that doesn't have an effect. What does have an effect is the improvements that you made. Did they make an impact on value of the house? Not how much you spent. Third is your financial needs. Now, this could be true whether you're buyer or seller. But your own personal, individual financial needs, they don't factor in. Now, when you go through our 6 core elements, one of those is establishing your bottom line and helping you protect it, whether you're buyer or seller. Now, that's key and that's critical and important. That's where the financial needs comes in. It doesn't have anything to do or any impact on the value of the home. The marketplace determines what that is, both an agreed price and agreed cost between the seller and the buyer. It has nothing to do with your financial needs. Not easy to hear, but it is the truth. Next is, and fourth on the list, are emotions and memories. There are emotional factors and things that go around all types of different houses about how wonderful this view is that you think it is. Well, some of these things don't matter. The fact that this was your kid's room and this is where they grew up and this is where such and such met and this is where you had that, none of those things come into the value of your home either, any more above than your financial needs. Now, we all have memories and it's very, very difficult to remove ourselves from that and not have that have an impact on how we feel about the transaction. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about those things that impact value of your property. And the value is that relationship between cost and price and how the market sets it. Next, fifth on the list is the assessed value. The county assessed, the city assessed. The assessments don't matter because they're assessed at a different level with a different type of formula and a different purpose all throughout. There are all kinds of special assessments just for being in a certain area and being in a certain place. None of that has an impact on the price. It's an interesting factor. And it's important to see the trend. Are these generally going up? Are they generally going down? Is there an assessment, a special assessment that's going to come along? It's going to make it more expensive to live in this area now? Or is something going to be removed and make it less expensive? Can I do something agriculturally, maybe with the back, 10 acres over there? I can save some tax money. That's all very, very different from establishing the value of the home that you're trying to buy or sell. Now, last on this list is estimates and other automated valuation models. Now, they're great. They are a lot of fun, and I use them all the time, every day, a lot. But they're just something to look at. There's a formula there, particularly what Zillow uses. There's a formula there that is proprietary to them, and they do their own thing. It doesn't always work. It didn't work for my previous 2 houses. I have only been in 2 houses since then, but they've been either way off. In one house, they were way below, and in another one, they were way high. Now, thank goodness on the second one that they were way high, that I didn't pay any attention to that, or else I wouldn't have bought this house because it would have been too much money. Now, conversely, on the other side, thank goodness I didn't listen to that one, because if I'd have sold at the value, at the estimated price, I would have lost money. So it's important to understand that those things don't actually have an impact on value. We need to talk about them right up front. Pull them out. Pull every resource from Trulia to Zillow to any other automated valuation model you can get, from CRMs that we produce through automated models in the MLS and all kinds of other formulas and spitball approaches, throwing spaghetti against the wall. We need to look at all of those types of things to be able to come up with that value. Now, that's what we do for you. We're going to come up with all that. We're going to show you everything, complete transparency, but we need to understand that Zestimates and other automated values don't have an impact. So, real fast to go back through the 6. 1 is how much you paid for the house. 2 is how much you paid for your improvements, how much you spent for your improvements. 3rd are your own financial needs. Fourth, your emotions and your memories around the house. Fifth is the assessed value. And finally, that sixth one is the Zestimate or automated value. These 6 things do not have an impact on the value. That is the value, the monetary value that is put on your house. But they all play in some way, shape, or form, and we'd love to talk with you about each and every one. Comment below, email us here, check us out over here. We'd love to hear from you. Pro, con, talk it up. We love the conversation. Tell us we're crazy, tell us we're great. We'd love to hear all of it. Thank you very much.